Hello, friends. How's everybody doing on this wonderful Wednesday? I'm gonna be getting into some D&D. Actually, it's Open Legend, not D&D. But if you just say Open Legend, no one's gonna know what you're talking about. So you have to say D&D. We're gonna be getting into some tabletops. I'm gonna jump in here with all of the fools, and I'm sure they have only the most intelligent conversation going on right now. Let's see.
Actually, everyone copied my homework when I was in school.
I bet you borrowed pens and never remembered to give them back, though.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, you fucking were that guy.
I absolutely never had a pen or a pencil. 100%.
I started carrying around sacrificial pens and pencils that I didn't like, so that when someone was like, "Hey," and I was like, "I'm not getting that back."
I had an infinite amount of pencils once me and my friend group started playing D&D.
I had to go to in-school suspension once in high school because I freaked out my teacher. He used to always just he was joking, but if you asked him for a pen, he would
to say, "Hey, everyone can't say bye."
No, just prick your finger and write in blood.
Have a good night.
As he's handing you a pen, It was always a red pen that he handed you, so you would know you didn't have your pen. But one day, while he had his back turned, I had a thing of ketchup, and I squirted ketchup on my finger, and I started screaming. A girl next to me freaked out, and then the teacher freaked out for a second, but then immediately realized what it was, and then I got sent to suspension.
Nice.
For a day.
I got sent to in-school suspension because I was drawing stick figures, and one said, "I'm coming to get you," and then the teacher didn't like that, and I got in-school suspension, and my mom was pissed, and I was pissed.
I'm coming to get you.
It was the dumbest thing. But also,
I used to make jokes that ISS was my 8th period class.
Yeah, you were that person.
I was always fucking in there for something stupid.
Well, welcome back to Star Wilds, the I don't know ? Session. I should keep better notes. Hello,
69.
Everyone. I don't think it's that.
Darn.
It's 420.
Please.
Google Sheets. There we go. Let me put up my Google Sheets. Yes. So last time was a little bit different because we actually had a solo session with Weatherwax here. Where are all my sheets? Where's my sheet? Star Wild. There it is. Which we will be discussing as we're going on. So, I am not going to do the traditional everybody say what happened last time because there are two different perspectives on what happened. And thus, everybody is going to have to share in character. So, we're going to go ahead and kick it off. Let me get in, make sure that is the right screen. There we go. All right. The music is not playing because, of course, something has to go wrong, right? Can't have everything go right. Let me hit you with a little bit of boom. So let me hit you with a little bit of boom.
Oh no! No.
Does it not do it when the game's paused? Oh no, never mind.
No, it's just a quiet song.
F in the chat for literally my F key stopped working.
Get wrecked.
I'm not even kidding.
Just F?
I am Inklin Umbletoad.
You mean Ranklin?
Ranklin Rumbletoad.
No, why is it not working? That's a shame.
That's weird. So we're going to kick it off back at the main hut. Now of course, it's going to get louder now. Okay. Weatherwax. As you and the witch are sitting around the table drinking tea, you hear a ginger knock at the door. Freya waves her hand, and the door opens. Standing on the other side, looking a little worse for the wear. The swelling has mostly gone down, but Franklin, Onos, and Chirp are standing there. Chirp, just munching on a handful of spider eggs as they walk in. The first thing, Franklin.
I'm walking in last.
Oh, Franklin's walking in last? Okay. The first thing you three notice is one, the dark and spooky interior that was here before has all but vanished, leaving behind a much more inviting motif. There are plants everywhere that are growing in different states of kempt and unkemptness. Those with a keen eye might be able to spot some plants that are definitely not native to the area. You also notice that the small, somewhat frail-looking witch has been replaced by a 7.5-foot tall Goliath of a woman with shoulders wider than Franklin is tall, absolutely covered head to toe in tattoos, with braided hair falling down past the center of her back. She looks at you as you all come in. Franklin.
I'm still assuming this is a witch because I don't think I ever actually saw her.
That is correct. You and Chirp will be seeing her for the first time. However, Onos, you notice that she is very different. The witch gestures for you two to come over to the table as her and Weatherwax seem to be sitting comfortably.
Just a moment. Weatherwax, we need to have... All right, we all need to have a powwow outside. Just a moment.
The witch raises her eyebrow at you, but does nothing to impede you.
I roll my eyes and I'm gonna just cast a telepathy spell. And so I think you see my eyes roll, a little bit of like kind of golden sand floats around Weatherwax's head, and you all hear in your head, but yes, Franklin, what is it? Fully not out loud. Fully in your noggins.
Don't know how you do. Can I think in... or I think... Can you hear me? Or everyone? Can everyone hear me?
If you directed that thought to everyone, then yes.
Besides the witch?
So, Onos and Chirp, in your minds, you hear, can everyone hear me?
Hello, mic check. Can anyone hear? Over.
My first thought is, yeah.
I just kind of tilt my head and look at him. I'm still crunching.
Freya says nothing.
And I'll ask whether, well, can the witch hear us? Me? You?
I shouldn't think so. I haven't included her on the call, shall we say? And I haven't finished my tea, so.
Freya cracks a small smile as she drinks her tea.
And I just, without explanation, I just go, we can't give her the orb.
Well, what is the orb and why?
Yeah, I'm with her. Why?
Am I... Okay, maybe I'm... This is Adam talking now. Maybe I was confused. Weren't we supposed to give her the orb, or am I way off base?
No, you were.
Did you not just say we can't?
Yeah, we cannot.
Yeah, I said why.
Because I think it would be very bad for everyone here and in the future if we give her this.
Well, that's fair.
My god, Aristil was... There were some issues. I feel like if we give her this, we potentially could be angering gods.
Well, I gotta get what I want.
I mean, I don't know if that's that much of an issue, as it seems gods are disappearing.
It seems what?
Also, it seems number one that gods are disappearing, and two, I don't really have any stock in whether or not a god is angry or not.
Yeah, I've never been one to care too much about the gods, anyways.
I also should think, perhaps, that you might be angering a god and not giving it to her.
What say you, Chirp?
Dragons are gods. I don't. Is she one of your gods?
Well, she's everyone's god.
Yeah. No.
I'm sorry, who's everyone's god?
Franklin, I'm not one to, shame. But, you got any better ideas?
Go back to the ship
Freya coughs
and
quietly
have a nice meal.
and clears her throat. May I shed some light on this?
Yes, please do. I think that'd
Yeah.
be quite helpful.
Feel free.
As
She
you
could
all-
hear us.
I figured.
Well, yes, you're standing in my domain. You think a small telepathy spell is going to get past me?
Well, I don't know. You couldn't fare with spiders, apparently.
No, but it did seem to ease some nerves.
You notice that the shadows creep in a little bit more. Are you questioning my strength?
Questioning your allegiance.
My allegiance, as it has always been, to myself and those I love and trust.
You know what? I get along with her a little bit more than I thought.
First off, as Weatherwax has pointed out, yes, I am a god. Though a distant and ancient one. And though I may not have many followers left, I still have power to me.
Sorry, you're a what now?
What you would call a god.
What's your name again?
Freya.
Thought you- I genuinely don't know the real life. Like in real life, I don't know the lore. I don't know who that is. Does my character know who that is?
That's a great question. You're a bard. Give me a logic roll. Nope, never heard of her. And in fact, you feel like this witch might be just trying to play you.
For what it's worth, while you guys were off doing something with spiders,
You just hear
Freya-
crunching from.
Yeah. Chirp nods emphatically as he eats another spider egg sack.
Freya gave me no pause to question the morality of her ends, insofar as you're concerned. If anything, I feel quite safe.
You know
Yeah.
what? I'm with
Any
you, Weatherwax.
instances?
You, small one.
And-
Franklin, is it?
That is Mr. Fumbletoe to you.
Freya glares at you. You dare invoke formalities in my domain?
I'd say nothing, but
So
I would make
I
an
have
oh
a
shit
I have
face
a question
into my
just for
teeth.
the lore part of it. So one of my perks is that legendary bloodline thing.
Okay.
So would he'd be able to? Would I be able to sense whether she is a divinity? So I could like
What is the? Let me double check the actual wording on the legendary bloodline thing. I am curious. Is that under your perks? Legendary bloodline. Trace to dragons. Void Templars or an ancient order. Ba-da-ba-da-ba.
It's pretty much one of those things where it's like can seem like type deal. It'd be like, yeah, these people are stronger than we are. Yeah, just
Based
just
on
tone
your
it down.
time around other powerful beings, you sense an immense amount of power.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, I just shove one of the things that I'm crunching on into Franklin's mouth and just kind of make the motion for him to chew something and shut the hell up.
Just
Immediately
spitting it
retches
out.
on the floor.
yeah, 100% failed
Uh,
all the Constitution checks.
sorry about whatever that was.
Freya sits up a little straighter and stares daggers at Franklin. As I've said, first off, I am what you would call a god, and if anyone here is deserving of title and respect, it is me. I am the god of battle, death, love, life, and you will treat me as such. Secondarily, you said you are a follower of this Eretsil?
Aristil.
I've heard the name. One of the up-and-coming young upstarts. Their kind burn like candles in the night. I won't insult him further. Let it be known, there are many other gods out there, far more powerful than he, and any. Second, the orb I sent you to get from his temple was out of respect. Gods dare not tread on others' domains. It is an act of war. Third, you will give me that orb. I require its influence and power, as Odin has gone missing, and I now have to be the one to answer prayers and help all that need it. I am not as powerful as he. I need the help. And I am not asking.
Franklin, I'm not trying to be on the other side, but give her the fucking orb.
I can also confirm Odin has gotten a little bit Ganalact, and she does speak the truth. So if you could just kind of fulfill the agreement that you made, that would
Yeah.
be.
I
lovely.
made
I didn't,
that I gave up some of my
I didn't
life.
make any fucking agreement,
Really?
first of all.
Really
I-
ruining my tea time right now.
I literally gave up some of my my entire lifespan for this. Just give her the fucking orb, Franklin.
I would like to.
She holds her
slowly
hand and
pull-
stops you.
Huh?
Why do you want this? She holds her hand up. What does this orb mean to you, small one? You gain nothing from it. You gain no power. It is inaccessible, unusable by you.
I am worried that you are trying to hurt my god, and as a devout player, as you can empathize for your own devotees, the caution that I have. I would like to slowly pull out the orb, unwrap it from its cloth that I have it in.
Franklin, before you do that, give me a prescience roll.
A what?
Prescience. Your main stat.
You mean presents?
Oh, is it fuck. Yeah, that's what I meant. Give me a presence roll
Impressions.
at an advantage 1.
Oh, that.
See? Okay.
+1 for the thing that I have.
Yep. +1. 18. She looks you up and down. I can respect.
The +1, is that the WL that I see here?
No,
Where's that come
WL
from?
is wealth level. She looks you up and down and says, I can respect one devoted to their deity. I will tell you this. I mean your god no harm. If I did, they would already be dead. I require this orb. It does have some power from your god. I will tell you that. But it is power freely given away, and thus it is power I will freely take.
So are you saying that? Okay, listen. So you like making deals?
She smiles. I've been known to make a deal or two.
I will freely give you the orb under the deal of you bringing no harm to Aristil or his
Congregation.
or his
Deal. She holds out her hand.
I shake it.
She awkwardly shakes it back and then continues to hold it out, waiting for you to give her the orb. It was her left hand too, so it was a very awkward handshake.
Franklin is left-handed. Do I feel anything like a deal was struck?
You do feel when you shake her immense hand, which completely engulfs yours,
Yeah, naturally.
in electricity in the air around her, as though you're standing next to the crystal in the ship. You can tell that though she's not casting spells, it seems as though her very nature is that of magic and energy.
And as I'm about to hand it to her, now that I'm touching it with my bare skin, the orb, is there anything happening other than it's just natural warmth?
Nope.
I don't feel it getting colder or anything weird. All right, I hand it over.
All right. Freya takes the orb from you. And as the orb leaves your grasp, first off, you feel a little bit lighter than you did before. Second, you hear a small... I don't know if that came through the microphone, but
There's a
Yeah,
little sound.
yeah, a little,
Was it like a click?
like a little click. Next, Freya looks at you and shakes her head. You should get better at making deals, little one. If I wanted to hurt Eretsil or his followers, why would I have let them make a temple in my domain? She takes the orb and she begins to squeeze it. You notice that as she does, muscles begin to flex in her arm and it grows almost half again as large as it was. Veins begin to pop out as cracks begin to appear on the orb itself. Light within the orb begins to glow brighter and brighter until suddenly a cacophonous crash happens as the orb shatters in her hand, the pieces dissipating. A orange yellow glow begins to float in the air in front of her, which she engulfs with her massive hand. Her entire body begins to glow slightly yellow for a moment, and she takes a huge breath in. You can tell that she's now sitting a little taller. Her muscles seem a little less knotted. Some wear lines that were appearing on her forehead have gone away. She breathes a little easier. Just what I needed. Okay. A deal's a deal. She points at you, Onos.
Yeah.
I promise to tell you all I know of your coins. They are
Yeah.
coins of hell. Hell has her own domain. And in it, she teaches dark magics, that which can steal the soul of others. Hell herself, very strong. No match for me, certainly no match for Odin, outside of her domain. In her domain, it would be very hard to challenge her. If you wish to know any more of the coins, you will need to find one from Hell itself.
And
Just
how
curious
am
if I
gonna
know
do
what
that?
who the fuck hell is.
Was that a logic roll?
Logic, yeah.
14. Weatherwax. Hearing the name Hell rings some bells in your head, but you remember one person that you bumped into back in the Zelfin system when you were still trapped on Zelfin proper that was mentioning something about Hell, but you can't quite remember what they were saying. So the only way to get that information would be to go back to Zelfin.
What if I roll depressions?
You already made your roll. One roll, one check.
Fair.
She continues. The coins themselves are the trapped souls of whatever is unfortunate enough to be trapped in Hell's domain. When a soul is trapped in a coin, it goes to Hell and powers Hell. That being said, maybe some people deserve. She shrugs. I can also tell you that the coins are only half the puzzle. Hell does not only make coins, it also makes slots, little boxes for those coins. And if you can find an amplifier, it can make those coins stronger.
Where am I gonna find any of this stuff?
She shrugs. I know not. I tend to stay away from Hell in her domain. We are not
Yeah, that's a fair
friends.
choice. Okay. So, where should I go? What do I do?
She shrugs. I've given you all the information I have. If you really wish to continue down this route, I would look into Hell.
Well, I do believe if we've wrapped your thing up, then we get to go back on the main mission.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Weatherwax's eyebrows are excitedly wiggling.
Well, don't remember your name, but thank you,
It's Freya.
Freya. Thank you.
No problem. Onos. You regain your hit point.
Ah! Yay!
She smiles as she looks at you. Ah, I see.
For Freya.
I don't need your help if you give me your belief.
What do you mean?
She smiles. You'll figure it out.
I have one question, Freya.
I might have an answer.
Can I keep the bird?
She looks at Hugin. And a look passes between them. She shrugs. He's not mine to give or take. He is his own. If he wishes to stay with you, he will. I merely summoned him.
I look at Hugin. Want to come with me, Bert?
He kind of tilts his head a little bit, tilts it back, but doesn't leave your shoulder.
I'm gonna take that as a yes.
I mean, he can't be worse at magic. Maybe I'll start asking the bird for ideas.
All right.
Got what I wanted.
Does anybody else wish to ask any questions or anything of Freya before you leave?
No, but I definitely want to roll some kind of like perception on the last thing she said about the belief thing. Or anything, if I can roll anything.
Yeah, let me see here. So you want to know more of what she was saying there, essentially.
Yeah, I want to know what she meant.
Okay.
She didn't want to tell me.
Where's the
Yeah,
fun in
you know what?
telling?
Give me a perception roll.
Sure.
25. Wait, why was that an advantage one?
Because of the the attributes of their skill specialization. I'm not in combat. Yeah.
Cool. And also from your training before you came here.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
25. When Freya gave you your health back, you felt that there was a connection there that wasn't there before. When she took your health, it was almost like somebody stealing something very close to you. You felt worn out and tired, and when she returned it, you flared anew with your health. And in the moment that passed between you two, you could feel her power and energy. And whether or not you consciously realized it, at that moment, you believed in Freya as a god.
Oh, even though my character's totally against religion so far.
But you believe in her so far as that she has power.
True.
And that is enough, at least for now.
Fair.
I mean, is she just giving away free questions?
I don't know. You can ask her.
I mean, I'm definitely gonna ask if she would know how I would be able to unlock more of my bloodline.
She looks at you. Small one. You wish to unlock your potential? The Jormungandr hiding inside you?
Oh yeah, he definitely is shaking his head like, yep.
Since all dragons come from the bloodline of the Jormungandr, it makes only sense. She thinks for a moment. There may not be much I can do to help you, but there is one you may be able to seek out for help. Loki. His destiny is tied to that of the Jormungandr. If you have his blood in your veins, then he may be able to help. As for where Loki resides nowadays, she shrugs. He tends to bounce around, causing mischief as he does. Last I heard, he was near Timbermill, I believe is the name for the system, at least the name for it now. as far as I'm aware, he's still in this branch of Yggdrasil. I can feel his echoes.
Was it Tim Vermel?
Timbermel. Timbermell.
He's kind of excitedly like nudging Franklin, like, "Do you hear this shit?"
So
hmm
I'm not gonna lie. I thought my mic was muted. I was about to start talking to myself.
Man's got to talk himself through some situations here.
No, I external monologue, bro. I had to figure out what I'm
No,
doing.
you gotta do that sometimes. That's life. All right.
Fucking soliloquy.
Anybody else?
No, I had my nice long tea time sesh.
All right. Freya waves
Right
her
bef-
hand. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was like, right before I leave, since I picked up on the whole belief thing she was saying, I want to like ask her if she has some sort of thing I can take with her, just in case I take that offer.
Okay, so ask her your question.
Oh yeah. Just in case I do decide to give you that belief, you got something I should bring with me, or?
She smiles. Yes,
How does
just in case, right?
Oh.
She walks over to one of her plants and begins to braid. And as she does, she begins to sing. It is a low but melodic song. You can't quite catch the words, but you can feel them in your chest as her voice vibrates the air around you. Within a few moments, she has braided a bracelet made of plants and leaves. She walks over and places it on your hand and wrist. You can keep that.
Okay. And that's all.
Very well. Then she waves her hand, and the door opens. You all may leave.
Thank you very deeply for your hospitality and a lovely cup of tea. And I will let you know whenever we find out if there's anything new that we end up knowing.
Please do.
I do a little nod and I hop out of the chair and I head out.
All right. You guys leave Freya's house. And it's midday. And you feel absolutely refreshed. As though you have had one of the best night's sleeps of your life. Not only that, though, you feel no hunger, no thirst. You feel phenomenal, for lack of a better word.
Wow.
Is it pretty clear the direction to head in to get back to the ship?
Yes, you can retrace your path very easily. You also notice that as you retrace your path, or as you step out into the swamp, it's a little less fetid than it was before. It doesn't smell quite as bad. The heat doesn't grip you like it did. The mud doesn't attempt to steal your boots with every step. The water is a little less frigid. And overall, the bugs leave you alone. Almost nothing bothers you on your trip back.
On the trip back, I'm gonna kind of look at Franklin and, you okay? Just making sure, you know. I'm sure that was scary. You good?
I think I'll be fine. Right? I'm certainly not worried about Freya. At least for me.
Yeah. Just making sure you're good.
It was a good deal. And I kind of like walk away quietly.
I am appreciative of the fact that the mud is less terrible, but I don't particularly want to walk through it again. So I'm opting to ideally fly over it. Which I have to
Interesting.
roll to find
On
out what
this-
my speed is.
Sorry.
Which I will do before I describe what it looks like in case it goes really bad.
Okay.
Power level 5, I get a speed of 10. Power level 6, I get a flight speed of 30. But it essentially looks like on Weatherwax's back, it starts to get kind of like there's like a, if anyone's paying any attention, I don't know, there's like a shimmery outline of wings that kind of slowly starts to like peel off and unfold into like a full size set. It still looks very like ethereal and sandy and dusty, but they do work.
I see her do that, and I'm like, Yugen, you're pretty big. Let me ride you the rest of the way.
He just looks at you and tilts his head.
I was gonna say, I don't think that's gonna work.
I just look at him and be like, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
He looks back straight.
16 hit a power level 6, or is that only a power level 5? Or did
16 would be invoking a power level. I don't have the chart open. Give me a second. Here's the chart. 16 is power level 3.
Well, never mind. I don't have wings.
So,
Well, I mean, I think I might
as
summon them and then just kind of use them to make it over the mud a little more easily.
yes,
Slow fall.
so Weatherwax has these very translucent and shimmery sand wings that don't really seem to do much. It lifts her up a very little bit out of the water, but you can tell she's struggling to use them. And yeah, it don't work for her.
See the value
For
in the
which
feed
what
point.
power level does she have to be to do it? Because I remember we looked at the thing and it
She has
was
to be minimum is 5, right, Payne?
Yeah, 5 for an actual
So
flight.
20. So she didn't get it.
Oh, I was gonna say I remember it would do the next lowest tier.
Right.
Roll.
Yeah,
5 is
five
the
is the
lowest
lowest.
tier. All right. After about a half day travel, as the sun's beginning to set, you take a look around and realize the surroundings are familiar. And within a few minutes, you notice as the canopy kind of breaks and you walk into a clearing, the ship is floating there.
As we were walking through, I was gonna ask,
Go for it.
on this planet, like specifically the trees, were the trees unique, or are they just like kind of like normal things I've seen before?
So they seem very similar to the trees that you've seen in swamps on Zelfin.
Okay.
Eerily similar.
Okay. That's all. That's all.
Very well.
Onto the ship Poe.
Is that
Sounds
what you
about
say?
I don't remember the process of getting off the ship and if there was any kind of particular finagling that was required.
Yes, you had to climb down on ropes.
I was gonna say it was a rope
Ah.
ladder, right?
Yep.
How far up is the deck?
The deck of the ship currently is about 300 feet up. When it lowered you, it was about 100 feet, give or take, but it's obviously taken a more defensible and higher position away from the bugs.
I'm going to
Captain, can you hail our ship?
sending a thing. Sending's not a thing. It's a limit on telepathy. That would be my ideal, is to just sneak on in our boy's brain.
Okay, so you're gonna attempt to use telepathy.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Ba-ba-ba-ba. Just 16s all day, every day.
I see that.
That is too low of a power level to communicate with our boy, Vioric.
Hugo,
So
can you go get his attention? He's on the ship. It's a weird looking dude, or any of them. Can you just let him know we're here?
before we do that, I do want to point out that for boons, you can, I believe it's called.
Is there like take half or take 10?
No, I'm double checking something here. I believe. Oh wait, you gotta take a special perk to be able to do the ritual invocation. Okay.
Ah.
Very well. Well. Hugin takes off like a bolt. And you can see he is flying very fast.
Maybe we should have given him a note. I'm sure they'll figure it out.
And you watch as he gets higher and higher and smaller as it continues to get closer and closer to the ship. Within a few moments, you hear a sound of very distant cries. And the bird turns and dive bombs back. And the ship begins to lower.
Oh, good. Okay.
Within a few minutes,
It leaves.
yep, just trucks it out of there. Within a few moments, the ship is floating roughly 100 feet above you, and a rope ladder is thrown down.
Cool.
You all
Up the ladder.
shakily climb this rope ladder 100 feet. I don't know if you've ever climbed a freestanding rope ladder. It's not easy.
It is. It is
As
not.
a human, that sounds terrible.
As a 3 foot tall being like me and you are, it's probably difficult.
You just gotta roll with the wind.
How much upper body strength do you have, Weatherwax?
Weatherwax has none.
Neither do I.
Weatherwax has very little body to upper strength.
So, you guys do make it onto the deck of the ship. Quite exhausted and out of breath. But Salvar is waiting there for you, and he helps each of you up off the rope ladder to sit down.
Hey, Salazar, what's that?
He nods to you. Glad I could be of service. Did you find what you were looking for down there?
More like where to go next, but it's a start.
I know exactly where we're going next. We're getting back on our original track.
Sure.
Very well. Did the witch treat you nicely? He looks to you, Onas.
Quite.
That is good to hear. Very well. Captain, orders.
What time of day is it? Is the crew gonna be eepy sleepy?
The group has been resting for the last 2 days. They're ready to go when you are.
Okay, cool.
Well, while you're figuring out where to go, I'm just gonna out loud just be like, all right, and I'm sure y'all are all hungry, and I'll have something ready shortly. And I just start walking towards the kitchen.
Wait, Franklin!
I'm gone. You know where to find me.
I'd like to get us back on track to these original coordinates.
Ah, yes. The original coordinates. Very well.
Perfect.
Crew, up and at 'em! And everybody jumps up and starts running around. Salvar begins barking orders left and right, telling people what to do and where to go. And the Salvar looks at you. Do you mind? And he kind of points to the helm.
Certainly.
Thank you.
Do I roll movement for piloting in this new world?
Yes, you do.
Cool.
Excuse me.
Uh-oh.
Well, you do still have your plus. What was it, a +1 or a D4 from the inspiration before? I don't know if it matters with your 5.
I didn't have advantage on that somehow, did I?
No.
Well, yeah, it's a 5.
So actually, luckily, since you're moving outside of combat, you don't have to roll.
Oh.
So Weatherwax very
Shit.
shakily begins to take the ship up, and it kind of dips a little bit as she loses concentration.
Remember, it's inverted controls. Inverted controls.
Up is down, down is up.
Sorry, I was thinking about that notebook.
Actually, you should be good with inverted controls.
And as Weatherwax pulls the ship off the planet, you all take one final look down and see that the planet itself is still as you remember it, but maybe slightly different in your mind. And you take off. Moving into the vastness of space. Let me change something here. All right. Weatherwax sets you on course and charges the crystal up, and you begin moving towards the edge of the Cinnabar system, making for the Astral Sea. As Weatherwax gets you up to as much speed as the ship can manage, she sets it to coast. Stepping away from the controls, Weatherwax, the gold sheen that's normally over your eyes when casting goes away, and you notice that Salivar is standing next to you.
Hi. How long have you been keeping me company?
He nods. It's been about an hour.
Huh.
Might
haven't
I
been-
ask you something?
Certainly. I'll try my best to answer, unless it feels unanswerable.
She wasn't a witch, was she?
No, she was not a witch.
He shakes his head. I had my suspicions.
Did you have a particular guess that you'd like me to confirm or deny?
He shakes his head. No, just curious.
Okay.
Is there anything I can do for you, Captain?
I don't believe so.
Very well. Then I'm going to retire to my quarters early tonight.
Lovely. Enjoy.
He nods and walks away. The ship is on coast. It'll take you a couple of days to reach the edge of the system. Time that you can spend relaxing. Is there anything anybody wants to do before we reach the edge of the system?
I want to figure out this notebook.
What notebook?
The Bell and Dax notebook that isn't Tailwind.
The one you didn't ask Freya about. Yes.
No, yeah, you do bring up a good point. There.
Before everyone settles
I don't think I
down,
brought me off of the ship. That feels incorrect to me.
Very well.
before everyone settled down, like before he went to bed and stuff,
Okay.
I did serve the piranhas that I gathered from earlier from our attack. They tasted extra delicious because they were hurting us previously. But they were stuffed with
Blood?
they were relatively small, so they were stuffed with rice.
Franklin, give me your presence roll.
Like chili flakes, and specifically like Chirps had like extra chili flakes. Give me a what?
Presence. Franklin, to you, these are delicious. And to everybody else, the meat is a little gamey. and it's definitely not Franklin's best work, but you could tell he's enjoying it mostly because of the ha ha ha, you bit me, now I get to eat you. And nobody says anything, and every time Franklin looks at someone, they give him a good nod and like a thumbs up.
Oh no!
I was secretly giving some of mine to Hugo.
Are they? Oh no! They're spitting it in their napkin and hiding it. My worst fear.
It wasn't a bad meal, but people were like, this wasn't one of Franklin's best. He must be tired.
Yeah, and then I have nothing specific to do. I will do dishes, something I find comfort in,
Okay.
and then just peacefully try to go to sleep.
Sounds good. Anything anybody else is trying to do before we reach the edge of the system? Very well. A couple of days rest does everybody good, as the various travels have taken their toll on you physically and mentally. As you reach the edge of the system, Weatherwax, you're down in the cabin, poring over Dak's book, trying everything you can to crack this code. But you just can't seem to get a hold of it. Every time you think you're stepping in the right direction, you end up 2 steps back. You get this feeling in your chest, though, a thrumming that lets you know that you're close to the astral sea. As you step out onto the main deck, heading up to the pilot area, the quarterdeck as it were, you notice a couple of things. One, you notice about 500 feet back, there's another ship. 2, there's nobody in the crow's nest. And 3, everything is very quiet.
500 feet back. There's no one on the other ship's crow's nest.
No one on your own crow's nest. No one has cried that there's a ship coming.
Do I see anyone else? Just in general?
On your deck?
Yeah.
No. Seems like there is nobody currently on the deck.
Not even what was his name, Hugin?
I assume Hugin's with Onas doing something.
Not in the crow's nest.
First off, he's a raven. How dare you? Second off,
Hashtag
Oh,
not
you're
all
right.
corvids.
Fair enough. Sorry.
And
I
the
was thinking
ship
crow,
behind
like
us.
Odin.
Did we
Odin
just
has
have
ravens,
the-
not crows.
Is the ship we just passed like stationary or is keeping?
Oh, you didn't
pace with
pass
us?
it. It's coming up behind you. And based on
Oh.
what you see, it is approaching and speeding up.
I am gonna book it to Vioric's door. I will teleport, probably would be my immediate gut reaction over. And very rapidly pound.
Okay.
Vioric,
As you
I
pound on the
have
door,
something.
Salivar opens it very quickly. Yes, Captain. Oh,
Small issue. There's no one in the crow's nest. Larger issue, kind of tied to the smaller issue. There is a ship approaching very rapidly. About
he immediately
500.
cries, "Ship ho!" And immediately people burst out from under the deck and begin taking places.
That's the command.
Within moments, Salivar rushes past you and begins to climb up the crow's nest. He is very good at this. He is moving much faster than you would expect. And before you can blink, he's at the top. And he quickly makes his way back down almost as fast as he went up and runs over to you. Captain, there's nobody in the crow's nest.
Of the enemy, the I suppose we don't know that they're in the other ship.
No, Captain, of our crow's nest, and there should be someone up there. I don't know what happened to them. I would suggest we brace to fight.
Lovely. Great. Cool. Let's do that.
Very well.
Ring the bell.
Ding, 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 ding. Battle stations! Immediately you hear more stuff happening under deck and people on deck getting ready. You now have a choice.
Motion. I'm just gonna walk up to see what's going on.
Salivar looks at you. Captain, orders? Do we make for the Astral Sea? Do we turn and fight? Do we try and talk? Orders?
At the first sign of their aggression, I would lean towards fight, but I think it feels a bit heavy-handed to immediately go to that. Do they have any colors that they're flying? I don't know if spaceships, the Astral Sea ships have those.
I see the markings of the rock burns. Whether or not that is true markings or false, I cannot say.
I think I will rely on what I love to rely on, and I'd like to make a prescience roll, to get a sense of
Do you think they know I stole from them?
if it is a what my future holds if I choose to fight them right off the bat, or if I choose to hold off and talk.
Okay.
Do you really think they're chasing you interplanetarily for a dagger?
Hope not. They might be really petty.
Okay.
I mean, we left on good
Freak
terms with them. We completed their mission.
Prescience.
Franklin snugbles up the stairs,
There we go.
still in
I'm
his
just
like
fucking
pajamas and a little
rolling.
nightcap. What the hell's going on?
Rolling in the 16s. That does hit me a power level of 3, which you communicate the insight through vague symbols, impressions, or a single word such as favorable or unfavorable. I suppose I'd focus on the choice to fight them immediately off the bat.
You
Like a
get a
5 check
sense
on that.
of confusion.
Let's wait. Let's hold for a moment.
I mean, we could ask our crew if anybody has any dealings with the rock burns that are the 180 out
They're
from
not
our
going
previous.
to attack us immediately if they really are the rock burns. The issue is if they're not the rock burns. And then they're almost certainly coming to cause issue.
So your Captain, the course of action is to let them approach.
Yes.
Very well.
I want everyone prepared for combat, but not any itchy trigger fingers.
Very well. Salivar starts barking orders again, and the ship does a hard bank and shows its broadside to the oncoming ship. As the oncoming ship begins to get closer, you notice that it looks like... Let me... Oops. Check something here.
While they're approaching, is Harold nearby me on the deck?
I'd assume so.
I ask Harold to I would like to ask Harold to go down to the kitchen and secure our foodstuffs, but then whisper to him, but to stay down there, and if in case there is trouble, and to be ready, you know.
Okay.
So
Harold.
he's like maybe the one person like away.
Okay. Harold nods and goes downstairs. The ship itself looks like a cylinder. The end of it is pointed. It looks as though there's no deck to the ship. It's fully enclosed. There's a fin off the back of it that looks very reminiscent of a fish tail. It seems to be the crystal is not visible, but there's a protrusion underneath the ship. It would be theoretically where the crystal would be. The ship continues to move closer, and it gets within. Sorry, one second. Gets within about 50 feet, which is hailing range. And I'm going to do something.
Kill us all, because I didn't shoot first.
I didn't mean to roll that like that, but that's okay.
What's that about?
Oh.
Ooh, okay. As the ship pulls up, Salivar recognizes it and looks at you. Captain, this is not a friendly ship. And as he says that, a salvo fires of cannons from the other ship. Luckily, Salivar noticed it before they got close enough. Immediately begins barking orders, and the ship is able to drop a couple of feet as the cannonballs go sailing overhead. Combat!
I need to know why the thought of attack them first was confusion.
Because they would have been confused that you attacked them first. Do you...
Point of clarification.
Mhm.
Were they flying a Rockburn flag, you said?
They had Rockburn markings.
Okay, so they're not pirates, potentially.
Well, they could be with just.
They could be. They could just be flying the wrong.
Okay.
Or, well, yeah, flying the wrong quote-unquote flags. Okay, so we've got our two ships here. You should be able to see them. Let me get everything ready. So this is the enemy ship up here, and this is the borrowed time.
I see it on the stream, but we don't have our tokens.
Okay. Let me change something. I always have to change that. Space, configuration, lighting, token view, no fog. There you go. Now you should be able to see.
Yeah.
Okay. So, unfortunately, the scaling is a little bit awkward. Both ships are currently facing. Let me draw on here. Just like an arrow. Yeah. Okay. The ship's currently facing this direction, your ship, and their ship's currently facing this direction. So ship combat works a little bit differently than normal person-to-person combat. So first off, you are all given the opportunity to man one of the systems. The systems being piloting, morale, cannons, the crow's nest, and the deck. So there are 5 positions. Depending on which position you pick will depend on what bonus you'll give the ship. I will say the ship itself also has specific qualities. So your ship has a couple of different qualities that I'll go ahead and tell you about. First off, your ship has Die Hard. So if you get reduced to below 1 hit point, you'll stop at one time. Your ship is actually faster than normal ships. It is, rather than a normal 30 feet, it can move 40 feet. Your ship has long shot. Normal cannon range is 25 without penalty. Yours is 50.
Hey.
And if you are able to get in a position where your ship is communicating with another ship, thanks to your first mate, if you get a successful charm attempt on them, it is permanent, and they are permanently friendly to you. Doesn't help you much here, but
what was that last part? You said before the charm, you said...
Oh, long shot. You have double...
No, after that, what was the charm? Repeat that sentence, sorry.
Yeah, so if you get into position to talk to another ship, and you pass a charm attempt, it is permanent.
Okay.
Meaning that ships that you meet and are friendly to and pass a charm are permanently friendly to you, and more likely to potentially help you in other situations.
And we have to talk to them. I think at first you said contact, and I was like, okay, what does contact mean? But you said, okay, we have to talk to them.
Yeah. Okay. So the other slight difference is ships, depending on the type of ship, can only fire broadside, meaning the perpendicular to the nose. So where both of these markers are the nose of your ship. So you are currently both broadside. If you are on your current ship, you do not have any front mounted weapons. So front or back. So if you are looking directly at the enemy ship, you can't fire. It's not going to do anything.
So you said our positions, though, we have crow's nest, deck, and what else?
Crow's nest, deck, morale, piloting, and cannons. For now, and that's this ship specifically. That can change per ship.
Yeah, I'll
I
hop on
shall
the deck.
pilot.
I'll be on the deck.
Okay. I will say
What are the
you can
different-
all pick
what
a
are the
position,
different runs?
and your first mate can also run a position.
So what are the bonuses or the roles that each position plays?
Okay, give me 1 second here. Okay, so for piloting, this ties into the ship-to-ship combat. You cannot move diagonally. You can only move laterally. You can only attack when you're parallel with the enemy, meaning that you will have to turn. If you turn while within attack range for the enemy, they get an attack of opportunity, assuming they are broadside. So turning's kind of a big deal. With piloting, if you have a pilot that can pass a piloting check, then you do not provoke that attack of opportunity when turning. Mind you, all of these positions can be filled. However, if you were to, let's say, I don't know, get boarded, you may have to leave this position. Cannons. If you decide to man the cannons, this is typically agility that's going to help out here. You give your cannons advantage 1 on attack. Just straight up advantage 1. Morale. As the fight goes on, the more damage your ship takes and the more that your teammates are injured, your morale will start to give you disadvantage. If you have somebody that can do a morale check and pass that, you can remove that disadvantage. Okay. If you are on the deck, if you are helping with the deck, you can increase your ship's movement speed by 5 feet. It does also take 5 feet of movement to turn the ship. Just to start to turn. So each turn is 45 degrees, so it's going to take 2 turns to go 90.
Hmm.
So working the deck essentially gives you a free half turn.
Okay.
And then the crow's nest will allow you to spot the ship and the movements that they're making, and that will allow you to better position your ship, meaning that if you have somebody in the crow's nest while you're attempting to board the enemy ship, you will get advantage on going from one ship to the other because they are keeping track of how both ships are moving. All right.
So morale, you're gonna want somebody with presence for like bolster.
Yes, something like presence, or even something like creation or healing of some sort to kind of mend your crew.
We want Franklin.
I will say, your ship does have its own health point. All damage that your ship takes is lethal damage. Meaning that if your ship takes damage, it has to be repaired. It has to go to a dock to be repaired. You might be able to perform some minor repairs on your own. There are times when your ship takes damage that won't be lethal. So those would be the times that there's small repairs. Your health point for your ship also kind of indicates the health point of your crew. So the lower the health point on your ship, the lower your crew.
So can we give our ship resistance to like fire?
Yes, you can. Essentially, all of the feats that you can take as characters can be applied to your ship through various upgrades.
I wanted to ask.
Yes.
Sorry, I went completely brain dead. Since Hugin is around, is there any like is he just like is he a cheerleader for this? Does he have any role I need to have him do?
I would say that it would be very difficult for your companion to man a role.
No, not a literal role. I didn't think he could. He's a bird who can't talk.
Right.
I mean, like, is there, Bro's flying around. Is there any advantage or anything to being able to see like that?
No, but he can definitely help you if you board the enemy ship.
Understood. That's what I was wondering.
Yes.
I'm just bad with words.
Does anyone have a high agility?
Yeah, I have a 6.
Oh, sweet. Okay. So I assume that's our cannon boy.
Sure.
I assume Franklin is going to be going on morale.
We all
Okay.
knew that.
Yes, without question.
So I have a thing where I can. Where is it at? It's a barrier. So from the crow's nest, that'll let me do oddball stuff with the barrier.
The crow's nest will give you advantage in boarding. I would say, unfortunately, due to the nature of the barrier, it's going to be a little too small. However, if you could find maybe some upgrade to the ship that would allow you to channel your energy through it to give your ship a barrier, that would be maybe something to keep an eye out for.
It'll let me like obfuscate. It's only like a 30-foot whatever, but
Well, the ship itself is 100 feet, so everything's just scaled down right now. It would work well if you were boarded.
I'm just trying to think of which one I'd be good at because
we have Crow's Nest and then Deck remaining.
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Salavar, I presumably is going on whichever one you don't take.
I can do some range stuff. So I'll probably take Crow's Nest because I think I can still affect any fights on the deck from the Crow's Nest.
Okay. So you're taking the crow's nest,
Salvar's on deck.
and Salivar's on deck.
Fitting.
Boom.
And sure. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and roll initiative for this. And this, while we are not boarded, initiative is just ship versus ship. So the borrowed time needs to roll initiative. That's gonna go off of the pilot's initiative. So Weatherax,
Aye.
are you?
Can I wait? Can I
You can
bullshit?
timey-wimey bullshit if you want.
Oh fuck yeah, we're gonna bullshit. All right. I have to roll an 11 on a 1d. Twin.
Let's see it.
Lavender, vanilla,
it-
raspberries.
Oh,
18.
That means an 11.
That does
Wait.
indeed.
So then.
It's 19 plus
19
2d6.
plus 48.
48, take
And
the
I have
highest two, right?
And I have advantage 1 on all of those.
Okay.
Yes, okay.
What should be 2d8? Oh, you roll 48, take the highest two.
No, I have Swift from my weapon, so I
Those
have
do
my
not count
movement,
when
and
you
then
are piloting.
Okay, so it is just okay. So then it is advantage. Okay, aw, that makes sense.
But
I'm sad
it
about it.
does. Fly me closer so I can stab them. Oh, wait, I'm the pilot.
How do I? I guess I'll just roll 48 and then I'll just count them.
So looks like you had an
It's
explosion.
8.
So go ahead and roll another d8. So right now it's 13. Plus 4. So that's 17. Plus your initial d20 roll of
Which is a 19.
19. So 17 plus 19. That is 36.
Yeah.
All right. This combat encounter going.
Can I ask another question?
You can indeed.
So obviously this is combat.
Yes.
Very obviously. But as far as roles go that don't have to do with combat, how does that work? Like if I were to want to use skill specialization, does that count since I'm not technically fighting anything?
No,
or is this
because you
the
are
entire-
technically
Yeah,
in
yeah.
combat on the ship.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Okay, that's 36. And now we're going to roll for the enemy ship. If I can select it, if the game wants to work with me here. Thank you. Click, roll it. I don't know why those roll twice. I need to fix that. We're going to take the... Was the first one? They rolled a 50 fucking 3.
That was the second one they did, though.
That was the first one. Oh no,
There's
it was
a
the second
22,
one.
and then a 53, then a 19.
There's 3 of them. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Damn, they rolled a 53. What fucking Chad? They rolled a 19 and then a 20 and then a 19.
Christ.
They almost beat you.
I was gonna be mad.
All right. So, believe it or not, the borrowed time goes first.
Ooh.
All right.
Time
So
got borrowed.
I'm gonna go ahead and I will move the ships around. So go ahead and let me know, Weatherwax, as the pilot, where you would like to move the ship.
So question number 1, is it currently at a distance of we have long range privilege, but they cannot hit us?
Correct.
Sweet. But
But you are
can't
not
turn
broadside.
it diagonal. Okay.
No, you could. No. Yeah. So you have to be parallel with them, because if you do it diagonally, you can. I haven't written rules for diagonal, so
Well,
as of
can I
right now,
suggest-
you can't,
Okay. If I'm aiming, is that?
because that
no,
does make
that-
sense, but it would just be a harder shot, so it'd probably be a disadvantage.
If I aim, can you see my orange block thing? Or is
no.
that just for me? Oh.
Use the drawing tool.
Where on Earth?
Oh, there we go. I found the free draw finally. That's what I was looking for.
No.
Get rid of this thing.
Select target. There's no target to select.
All right.
I don't
So
have
this is the
free
front of
draw.
both the ships, and that's kind of the direction they're moving.
I was going. If I continue moving in my current direction,
Yep.
can I get to the point where I'm parallel with that ship, and will I?
You
still
can
be
get
long
here.
range, but not in.
It would be
range?
40.
Okay.
You would not be parallel with them, because parallel would be these two columns.
But if I got to being parallel with them, would be out of range of them,
Yes, and you would be able
but
to
in our long
fire.
range.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Can I? I don't think I want to go that far because we can't fire on them immediately anyways. So I think I kind of want to make
I
them
thought we
work a
can.
little harder. No, Hobo said we can't because we're not parallel yet.
Correct.
So I would like to occupy
40 would put your nose right here.
3, 4. Yes, I would like it to be one square back.
Oh, wait a
from
minute. Dalavar is manning the deck, which gives you... Oh, no. That just gives you a free half turn. Okay.
that. Oh, it's not just a flat 5.
Actually, I think it... Yeah, I did say it was a flat 5. That's
You
what,
said
that's what I
5.
said. It is flat 5. So you could get your nose here. Give me a second. Here. And that would be able to fire at them.
Sweet. I would like to do that, please, and thank you.
Okay. Skirt.
Skibbity.
All right, fire the cannons. Whoever's manning the cannons, roll your agility.
I've never shot a cannon before. How do I just have to manually type it?
No, just roll your
You
agility.
can just click your agility.
Yeah.
Oh.
Explode.
Boom, boom, boom. The ship rocks as cannons fire across the vastness of space. They arc going high over the enemy.
Doesn't
What's up?
doesn't our I don't remember. I might have this wrong because I don't take notes. Excuse me. Doesn't our like whole crew and whole like ship everything in general have a +1 or something because of Franklin's
He
feat?
said he was supposed to put advantage 1 on attacks if you're manning the cannons anyway.
Well, I was
Yes.
talking about the
Oh, you
feast. from a
didn't
long
do
time ago.
advantage.
We
I see
got-
that here. Yes, it is a base +1. So go ahead and roll another d8.
Roll another D8.
Yep. Because you didn't take advantage. You're supposed to be at advantage 1 because you're firing the cannons.
Tragic.
Didn't help. All right. So that is a 14. The cannonballs sail slamming into the side of the ship. Same rules apply. Do you want to do 3 damage to them? Do you want to move 10 feet for free? Or do you want to invoke a Bane at power level 3 or less?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, I can't exactly do much moving.
Can you blind a ship?
No, you can. You can still move the ship.
I can move it. No, I don't want to move the ship. I'm not the captain. Can I blind a ship?
You can inflict 1 Bane at power level 3 or less. Is blind power
Wait.
level 3 or less?
Wait, there's a level 3 tier of
There is not.
disarmed.
I actually do have disarm. But how does that work?
Although tier 3 says within 15 feet of the target.
Oh,
The object is dropped.
Then you are not close enough.
No, the object that the target drops is dropped within 15 feet of the target.
Oh, I see
You
that.
can't send it further away.
In this case, there's really no disarming them.
Oh,
So you have to do
I
something
don't think
different.
so. Let's see. What do I have?
It's a good question.
Can I incapacitate them with the cannon?
I don't think that can be invoked at power level 3 or less.
Can I make them immobile?
Yes, if that's...
I don't know
Level
what
1.
power levels they
Yeah.
have.
And
So
yes,
I
you can.
do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So
let's do that.
you fire the cannons, boom, and it slams into the side of one of their energy engines, their magical engines, and you notice the ship starts to slow down and stop.
Pew pew, bitch.
Oh wait, no, sorry. You gotta roll another. No. You're right. Yeah, they do slow down. Okay, cool. They return fire, and though their cannons are at a great distance, they are just peppering them. And a couple of them do manage to hit the side of your ship. And it takes 3 damage-arinos.
Ooh. At least they can't move. That helps.
19. All right, there we go. Current hit points 19 for the ship. Cool. Yes. So that was your attack and your move. No real free actions to speak of. So it is going to go to the enemy ship. They are going to attempt to resist the Bane so they can begin to move. So they're going to roll a d20. They do not resist. Next thing they're going to do is a little sneaky. They're going to pull a little sneaky on you. They are going to roll. And they do have somebody manning their thing. That is a 26. Let me double check here. Nice. I think that is correct. Yes. Sorry, I'm double checking something here. Am I crazy? Weatherwax, you should know about this. How far is teleport?
Teleport's distance, I'm pretty sure, is based on your power level.
5 movement
so
per
the lower
movement
ones-
attribute. Okay.
Yeah, and if you get it
Alright.
high enough, then you can go further than your movement.
35. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35. No, sorry, 30. The ship blinks out and then back in. And it is next to you and broadside. It is not, however, close enough. You have to be touching for, I know the pictures are touching, but the actual ships are not. You have to be touching to board. So they are not boarding, they are broadsiding. So that is going to be their agility. Do a little bit of a agility roll here. That's a 26 versus our ship's, the borrowed times guard of 17. So that is 6 damage the ship
Can I
takes.
somehow apply? No, I was gonna say, can I battle trance the ship?
No.
Okay,
Nice.
well.
Sicken the ship.
No. Actually,
Aw.
yeah, I would allow
I'll-
that one. If
I'll rot the side of the ship.
you can use your entropic energies to
I'll
stick
put
in the crew.
I'll put my venom on the cannonball.
Franklin die yet? Nope, he ain't dead. All right. So that was their salvo.
What?
That's crazy. Franklin diet.
All right. Borrowed time. It is your turn again.
Want to shoot, and then we can maybe do a little telly
Can
elly
we-
port.
Can we do reverse turns like that, or does she have to go first still?
No, you can fire first.
All right, I'll pew pew them.
Give me that agility roll. Let's see some big numbers. 26 is a big number. Yeah, you broadside them. Let's see, what is that? 2.
Does all of our
6,
stuff just
8.
happen at the same time? Is that what's
Essentially, yeah. You begin to just fire a salvo into their ship as pieces begin to break off.
Pew 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 pew.
All right. Franklin. So the ship's current hit points are 13. Would you like to help? Since we are below half. Oh no, wait. Is that below half? Yes. We are below half. So as the cannonballs are flying left and right, you're noticing some are breaking the ship. There's some people on deck that get taken out by one. You notice that pieces are splintering left and right, and the crew is starting to take damage. You are currently at disadvantage uno for attacks moving forward.
Can I use a boon? I'm still kind of learning this stuff. Can I use my boon bolster to try to give inspiration to the cannons? You said the cannons are at disadvantage?
Yes.
So the
Indeed you can.
cannoneers-
Go ahead and give me that presence roll. If you can remove the disadvantage.
Presence. Alright. I'll either fumble over my words or I won't, depending on this roll. Fuck!
Don't
Shooty the shoot cannons! Shoot her hard now!
Aye aye, Franklin.
You're looking for a 15 here. So if you have 4 legend points.
Legend points.
Also, I'm not sure if I gave them out at the end of your guys' session. If I didn't, everybody gets 2. So whatever you currently have, add 2.
I believe you
That
did.
is perfect. That puts me right in 4. So we're gonna use the. Oh no, it's just a +1, right? It doesn't work.
Oh no, you can add multiple.
You could add the burn 4 points and then make it a 15.
Oh.
Is what he
Indeed, you
said.
can, and you can only have a maximum of 10. So use them or lose them.
Yeah. I'm gonna use all 4 of them then. And-
Sounds good.
Okay, so I typed something.
All right, let me see.
On borrowed time, courage is our anchor. Franklin, strength that guides our sails, and together we will prevail.
Yeah.
A feast awaits this victory now and forevermore.
Yeah.
I
Good.
tried to make it
Franklin,
rhyme.
you
It was
get a
so
legend
hard.
point
It's so
back.
good. It's so good. Yep.
Give
You-
him a point back.
And that
I
just,
do
I
give
think
you
it
a
just-
point
I think
back
all
for
it
that
does
one.
is just give inspiration to the cannons. Yeah. It just
yeah.
gives,
So the cannons lose their disadvantage. So that's
Aye aye,
that,
Franklin.
that's the morale you did there. So good work. Everybody's great. And okay, so you guys fired. You can still move.
Oh wait. Hold on.
Mhm.
How does the power levels work?
Power level is you roll and then invoke it at whatever power level you beat, assuming that you have access to that power level. You can never invoke higher than what your skill is. So if you have a 6, you can't invoke 7.
So that was a presence roll.
So the presence
have
roll was
6.
for your role on the ship, the morale officer,
Okay.
not to specifically cast that boon.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. While you're doing a ship function, you're acting as part of the ship, so you don't have to do like the boon roll. You just do whatever
Part of the crew,
works for
part of
the
the ship.
exactly part of the ship, part of the crew.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
I too would like to do some teleporting.
You can't do that with your ship unless you would like to teleport yourself
Oh.
onto the enemy ship.
It's a ship sent.
It is a ship
Interesting.
upgrade that they have that you do not.
Teleport and
That's
assassinate
bad.
the captain.
Man,
Oh,
poor
do you have
Harold is
anybody
probably
skilled
getting
in-
tossed around in the kitchen right now.
Oh, I'm
Right.
up in the crow's nest. Can I try to summon creatures on their deck?
No, because you're not within boarding distance. If you were within
Can I-
boarding distance, yes.
Can I do the sicken the crew thing?
Uh,
Considering it, the cannon was not.
the cannon
Like,
did
is that
not
my
beat them by
action?
10, so no.
Oh, that's how that works. Okay.
Since I can't do cool teleporting,
can't.
I'm gonna move the ship.
Okay.
I guess I'm gonna just keep on going. Can I go? I can't go backwards. I would have to spin the whole fucking thing around.
Correct.
How does that work?
Yep. You gotta spin it around. So right now, your heading is this way, just so you know. And theirs is this way.
Can I move 3 chunks forward so that they cannot broadsides and would have to?
So, just so you know, this is the outline of their ship. Oh man, it's not really showing it. Let me do this. This is the outline of their ship. So that's their like 2 squares that they're taking up, and this is the 2 squares you're taking up. The token things got fucked up.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you were to move forward 2 squares, right, so that your butt is right here, then yes, you would be able to
Yes.
avoid the broadside.
I would like to do that, and then can I turn from that point?
So that's going to be 5, 10, 15. Yes.
2025.
But you are within cannon range. Do you have someone manning
Salazar's on the deck.
Salvar? Yes. So you get your free half turn.
So, and then a full turn would get me to 20.
It would. But since you are within firing distance, but we're not broadside. Cool. We're good. We're not broadside.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to turn.
I'm
a
still
full and
tuning
then-
these rules. I did have to make them all myself, so expect changes.
And then I was going to use, because I have another 10 remaining, I would like to put myself in front of them. They look like they have a thing for ramming, but I assume they need a run-up speed.
You assume.
Yep.
Okay.
I do assume. Look, man, I played Pirates of the Caribbean online, and you had to have a little bit of speed going before you could do damage.
Have a little
with your ram.
zhuzh
Oh, I remember
So-
playing that so many years ago.
Oh my god.
and still
Fucking
plays it.
loved. I love the sloops. I went back to it a couple years ago. It was down, but there's like private servers, and the itch was scratched. But also, the nostalgia can only carry you so far.
It's true. Where is my rotation? Is it being hidden under the tile itself? I think
Although,
it is.
can I like roll a movement knowledge check to see if it looks like if I slap my shit in front of them immediately that I'll just get rammed and it'll be a bad time? Since they look pointy.
Do what now? Who's getting rammed?
So you're
Can I
attempting to
roll
roll a
oppression?
knowledge. Yeah, do your
Can I-
logic.
Or can I do oppressions check to see if I feel like that's a bad idea or not?
It's gonna be a logic.
Okay. Boop. Boop.
I love when Weatherwax rolls a logic check because I just assume it's going to be a fail.
Hey!
So Weatherwax, you are not able to discern whether or not they can do a run up. In fact, you're pretty sure they don't need one.
Okay.
You're looking
in
at
which
it and you're
case,
like, it's probably fine.
I'm gonna turn and leave us in this quadrant.
Okay,
we're
give me
in then.
1 second. Yeah, I gotta look something up.
You're good.
About to turn and burn like Firefly.
Well, I'm trying to figure out if I'd be able to do any persistent damage or slow it from the crow's nest.
There we go. Skirt. We're gonna turn it this way. Apparently, we can't turn the actual token. All right. And then, so that was 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Sorry, 20, 25, 30.
That leaves us at 20 because I.
So you got
was at
20 feet of
15
movement
in
then.
Actual, and I don't think I want to move because they have to. They can't ram us. They have to turn to broadside us. To which point we can then broadsides back or potentially get an attack of opportunity.
Keep in mind they are currently immobile.
That's
So they
also
can't
fair.
turn.
Oh, beautiful. I'll hang out right here, and then when it's our turn, we can move a little bit forward. and then
Sounds like a
shoot.
plan.
Yep, I like
All right.
this corner. We're good. The vibes
Their
are
turn.
vibing.
They're going to attempt to no longer be immobile. They are no longer immobile.
Tragic.
They are going to go for their turn. Boop, boop. 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 and they're gonna try their broadside. Actually, yes. Trying for broadside. 17. The shots go wide as they begin to take their turn and bank into it, firing the cannonballs at you. You are easily able to avoid them.
Woo.
All right, back to the borrowed time.
Shoot him.
Outside me, Captain.
Broadside him, Daddy.
That's your cue, Onos.
Shoot them.
That's your cue to shoot them with the cannons.
Onos?
He
Hello?
did.
I've been yapping this whole time, and I forgot my mic was muted, so I didn't sneeze in the mic a million times.
That's embarrassing.
Are we at an advantage, disadvantage? Nothing.
You're
I don't
currently
remember.
at advantage 1 on attack. That is
Yay!
a 26. That is good. Who's that?
One of us' dice exploded. Doesn't he get another one?
It automatically does it. Yeah. So that is 26. The attacking ship is not looking great as the cannonballs continue to rain down on them. Many members of their crew are beginning to die from the cannons, as well as the ship itself becoming injured.
So do they have disadvantage now?
I mean, you don't know.
Word.
They are going to try their trick to get the fuck out of here.
Can we try to make them immobile again?
You did not beat
Or
them
is
by
it
10.
only the cannons that can do that?
Yeah, so it's when the cannons attack, they'd have to choose to do that instead. So that's a 24. So they teleport 5, 10, 15, 20.
Wait, it was.
25,
Are they
30.
doing this as like a reaction situation?
It's their turn. Oh, no, it's your turn.
What? Yeah.
My bad, good catch. Borrowed time, would you
We
like...
board a ship.
Yeah, put us on the ship. It's
Okay, so you're
time.
going to move up close and board. You're still technically 1 tile away.
Put us on the ship, Captain.
You're boarding?
Yes. Does that do I have to do a shit ton of turning of the ship to get us the 1 tile over, or is it just move closer?
No, yeah, you have
Or
to
is
do the
it
turn. You have to
grapple?
turn into it.
We can't grapple and then yeet them closer?
Um,
That's how pirates do.
that's
I
fair.
think.
I didn't think about that.
I'd like
Sure.
to reel them in.
Like it. We're gonna reel them in. All right, then whoever's on the deck, whoever's manning the deck position, which I believe is Salivar, is going to roll his agility.
He's a roguey boy. I feel like he's got a good agility.
25.
Yay!
Where am I at technically?
You're technically on the deck, but you're kind of running from the top downstairs and helping people in the cannon area. Then you come back up to the deck and you're like, help out where you can. Yeah, keep
So
it
I'm-
up. Give a great speech.
I'm just running. I'm just running around.
Yeah.
Running around.
So Salivar says, get the boarding pikes. And they do some grapple hooks, throw it over to the side of the ship, and pull the ship closer. However, this ship is fully enclosed, meaning that you will have to break through the hull to get in.
That's fine. We got a fire boy.
Who's the fire boy?
Doesn't
You
it?
chirp.
Oh, I'm fire,
Fire?
lightning.
That's
I got
fair.
all kinds of shit.
Okay.
With
Lightning feels less good at opening
Well,
ships.
with-
Fire
with
feels
our-
good.
with our crew as well. Can our 2 orcs be part of this boarding party?
I don't see why not. That's why they were hired.
Like a 2
Oh,
big
we got
boys?
some big boys.
I also
Yeah.
assume that there is an access point that we can maybe yeet open.
I think for obvious reasons, I may need to stay on the ship. But I don't see why the orcs can't go with you.
No, they for sure. So all the crew comes up from below deck and gets ready to man it. However, you notice that the crew inside the other ship, you can hear them moving around as the two crystal bubbles merge when the two ships get pulled together into one larger gravitational field. And you can hear people moving around inside, but they don't seem very keen to come out. Luckily,
can I? Yeah, I was gonna say, can I try to do the summon elemental type deal, so I can try to send it?
you can't
first
see inside.
before-
There are no windows.
I'm not trying to see inside. I'm trying to get the thing to melt
Try to
through
open
the
it
hole.
up. Yes, go ahead and give me an energy roll.
You just want flat energy. You don't want the summon creature thing.
Right. You don't need to do the boon. We're just doing an energy roll here to cut it open. Ooh, okay. So Chirp walks up to the enemy ship and begins to conjure the elements at his fingertips. He begins to cut it open. However, this is very easily noticeable to all the people inside as the exterior of their ship begins to melt. And they are going to choose to attempt to get away. So now they're going to do their movement roll. Rather than try and face enemies coming in their ship or breaching their hull, get the fuck out of here.
Is it their turn?
I was gonna say, can we?
Yes.
Can we try to
Yes.
do?
So this
I
is in
have a thing that can
response
either-
to Chirp's attempt. He failed his attempt, technically. So they're going, this is their reaction to that. One way or another, it's going to open up and they're either going to get away or, so we're going to roll this here. They rolled a 12. They do not successfully teleport.
Oh yeah.
So you could tell that their mages inside are beginning to charge up the crystals. So Chirp redoubles his effort and cuts a hole in for everybody to feed into the enemy ship. However, they know you're coming. So this is not going to be very easy. So rather than doing single combat on the ship, which will happen in the future, but as of right now, since it's kind of just a thing, we are going to do it this way. Their ship has a remaining has a remaining 10 hit points, and your ship has a remaining 13 hit points. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to roll a final agility attempt from their ship, and you can have your crew. We're going to do 3 attempts. So each of you, what's going to be the best way to do this? Let's do this. I kind of like this as a skill challenge. Yeah, let's do this as a skill challenge. So, you are boarding the enemy ship. Go ahead and look at your list of skills and find one that is applicable to this situation. You're going to describe to me how you use your skill to take over or destroy the enemy ship. And you are trying to get 3 successes before you get 3 failures. So let's get it rolling. We're going to start at the top person on my list, Chirp.
I got quite a few. So we can, if we're trying to push a hole in the wall, there's like a concussive blast.
Nope, we've pushed a hole in. You are now boarding the enemy ship. So how do you want to use your skills to take over the enemy ship?
I mean, we can heat metal and just melt stuff around them, I guess.
Okay. So go ahead, and that's going to be an energy check. So go ahead and give me an energy check. The DC we're looking for here is 15, just so you're all aware.
I had it already done into the disarm thing for it, but is it? You said just a 15. I was gonna say verse.
Yeah, so it's just going to be... Wait,
That feels
that is a
very
critical
covered.
success. That is 2 successes. Chirp puts his hands up to the freshly made hole and just begins to pour fire into the interior of the ship. Since this is all interior and they cannot get out, the flames just begin to spread as the crew scatters. Next on my list is Franklin. So Franklin, you yourself said you're not going into the ship, but you are sending the 2 orcs. Go ahead and give me your presence roll on how you hype up the orcs to go fight the enemy.
How do I hype up orcs?
Booze and boar.
Well, let's see what the roll is first. Ooh, not great.
Ooh.
Can we donate our
You-
legend points?
You cannot.
I don't remember asking for their names, so I don't know if I actually know their names, and I don't see it on my list. You two, rush in, do what you can,
They both
hit
look
them
at
hard,
you,
hit them hard, hit them fast, and
and they look
I-
at Chirp.
and
pouring-
and first, center slice of cake for afterwards.
They look at you, look at Chirp pouring flames into the enemy ship, and they're like, well, "We're not going in there."
Fair, I understand.
That's a death sentence. No, thank you. Gosh,
We're
what do
not
you
going
do?
in there. What'd you say?
What do you do?
So I'm not going in there either.
Makes
But-
sense.
But I will use my bow and try to shoot out the important people
Okay.
with the bow, just shooting out the mages and whatnot.
Begin to fire arrows wildly into the enemy ship. Oh, no, you said you want to pick your shots. Okay, let's see what happens.
The people who are actually doing something important.
Okay.
Well, I think he said it's an enclosed ship, so it's like
Yeah, but you cut a hole in. All
capsule.
You opened a hole in it though.
Yeah, I can shoot stuff.
right, let's see. That is a success. Onos draws his bow, which you rarely see him use. You see him pull back one of the arrows. Onos, you have. I'll talk to you about something later. You notice that the end of his arrow begins to glow a deathly purple, and he closes one eye and looks through the hole that Chirp has made. That Chirp continues to pour fire in, and Onos waits. He waits, and then he releases. And you see the arrow fly through the flames, causing a swirl of fire behind it. You see it sail past the people, and it slams into the floor. But you notice that the purple energy around it continues to carry it down and through the ground, and then you hear a crack as the arrow pierces the enemy crystal. You hear a deafening boom, and you feel a shock in your chest as you're all kind of knocked a little bit backwards as the enemy ship begins to sink and fall down. Hey! Da 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 da. You guys won your first ship-to-ship combat.
Good work,
So we
team.
seem,
Good work, team.
Yay! All right.
We all keep beautiful.
As you all kind of catch your breath, Salivar begins calling out, doing roll call, trying to find out who's wounded, who's lost, how many people. And he staggers over to you, Weatherwax. Captain, we're at about half force. We lost quite a few there. The ship itself has taken some damage as well. We should survive the astral sea, but we'll need to stop in and repair as soon as we can.
noted.
And,
Make that a priority.
thank you. You can see that he's bleeding a little bit from the head. And he walks away. Limps away. All right. That's your first ship-to-ship combat. I think that's where I'm going to call it today. That was what I had planned. You all get 1 experience point. Woo! I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but you're all level 4 now. You're welcome.
Yay!
If anybody needs help with their leveling up, let me know. Also, legend point across the board for everyone. Great roleplay. Franklin, I already gave you a point, but I gotta give you an extra one because you always go above and beyond and like write a fucking rhyme for your shit, which is cool. So you get that.
It wasn't even that good. It doesn't even rhyme.
Doesn't matter. It's good. Onos, I'm also giving you an
Very
extra
shorter
point
rhymes.
for standing up to Franklin and saying there's no chance we're not giving this orb over. Like that. Like that's what your character would do. So good work. Other than that, great work tonight, everyone.
Good job.
I will say you guys didn't swap stories at all. Neither of you still knows what happens with the other group.
I got a vague story about some spiders, and I wasn't gonna
In an orb.
ask unless offered, and no one asked me what the fuck I did.
You guys are
So
such dinguses.
So
I got shit to do, and
I-
go to the other place.
I guess some metagaming. I was planning on doing that with Weatherwax. I was just waiting for the next night, and then this happened.
Fair enough.
Yeah, valid. Well, I mean, we'll have
That's one of
plenty
those
time
things
to
that when
kill
I
while the
say,
shit's
is
getting
there
repaired.
anything anyone wants to do before we reach the edge of the astral sea, that you go, yeah.
Well, I will
No,
say
I
to
wanted
wrap
to
up
look at a
to
dumb
wrap
book.
up tonight. As soon as the battle was more or less over, and I guess maybe we can pick this up next time here. I immediately rushed down to go check on Harold.
Fair enough. We will
Aw, besties.
save Harold's fate for our next
And
time.
they were roommates.
And they were roommates. And they were cookmates.
I sent him
Franklin
down
shipped me
thinking
with
that
so many
like
people, it's my turn.
I sent him down thinking that we were gonna like talk to them, thinking, oh, okay, let's see what happens, but just in case he's down there, you know.
Yeah.
And then all hell broke
Probably
loose. I was
getting
like,
flung around.
So,
Yeah,
like I said, I am going to refine the ship-to-ship combat. I also, like I said, you are more than welcome to upgrade your ship, and there are lots of different upgrades I've been coming up with. So
I want to
Oh,
teleport.
I was thinking about that too. We need a harpoon. That's what we need.
there you go, front-mounted harpoon. Cool. Well, that's going to be it for today. I'm going to end stream. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Thanks Hildar for stopping in. Thanks Modus for stopping in.
Hildar,
Yeah, he said, did Franklin die yet in chat? It was funny.
son of a bitch.
All right. Same time in 2 weeks. Oh,
Ain't bad time.
I don't. Oh wait, yeah, no, it should be
Ain't
fine.
Bad time.
No, it should be fine. On the 31st, I think that's when. That might be when Alice is going on her trip. I don't
Doesn't
think
that
I
mean
need to
you're
drop her off or
super
anything.
available?
I think it's the opposite. I think I'm super available, but I'm not sure. So we will play that one by ear. I'll let y'all know. Everybody have a great night. Bye.